Hello, guys. Yeah, I just wanted to quickly share this one again with us. So, I don't know if you've ever had the experience of praying and not having your prayers answered. Okay, the Word of God is powerful and there's so much truth in it. When you constantly meditate on it, you find out the truth about life and you'll be set free. Like the freedom is that you have a knowledge, this spiritual knowledge that sets you apart and make you operate in another dimension that makes people look at you as being supernatural. But basically, that is how we should live because we are spirit being with physical experience. But a lot of us don't know that, or we don't practice that, or that doesn't manifest in our life because we lack this one thing. Okay, so I'm just going to give you an instance of an individual, okay, like you and I, when we have when our relationship with our parents are not good, do we find the boldness to actually ask them for something? Like, think about it. Do we have the courage to go to them? Like, you just have a misunderstanding with your dad and you walked out on him, maybe you insulted him or something. Can you actually go to him and ask for something? As a matter of fact, that's the time that you get so angry and you won't even want to ask for anything. You want to get everything on your own. And this is basically what we do. This is basically what we do until we run into a kind of problem that is beyond us, that we cannot handle. Okay, then we run back and hoping that those prayers be answered immediately. Okay, so now I'm going to look into the book of John. Okay, the book of John. I'm coming. John 15 verse 7 says, "If ye abide in me, and my words abide in you, ye shall ask what ye will, and it shall be done." This is prayer, really, right? Prayer is an act of asking for something, right? From God. Okay? So now, it says, "If ye abide in me," this is like a conditional clause. "If ye abide in me, and my words abide in you, ye shall ask for anything ye will, and it shall be done." Hey, there have been times I have prayed about something I don't get answers, but I realize that sometimes when I go on fastings, when you go on fasting, you realize that your answers come quickly than when you don't. That's because you've consecrated yourself. Because during your fasting, there are things you do that you don't normally do. You basically spend time with God. You meditate on His word. Like, basically everything you do during fasting is dedicating your whole life and existence to God at that point in time. You understand? And this is just, oh God. Okay, so see what James 5:16 also said. He said, "Confess your fault to one another and pray for one another that ye may be healed." Okay, it now goes further to say, "The effectual fervent prayer of a righteous man availeth much." This means that when you are living sinfully, how can you confidently ask for something from God? Basically, think about it. You have a misunderstanding with your father. Even your papa no go wan follow you talk. You don't understand. So those who ask for things and get instant responses has this constant dedication with God. Like, they have this constant relationship with God. They don't beg. Really, we shouldn't be begging. Frankly, no. When you are good with your parents, you ask. In fact, even before you ask, they are thinking ahead that I should give this boy something, I should give this girl something. Where do you think God said, "I know the thought I have towards you, the thought of good and not of evil, to give you an expected end"? Hi! I want to encourage us. please and please, please and please, look, for us to just live our life as it pleases us, we are just suffering ourselves. It's just basically wasting our own time and wasting our own life. There's no way you can have the best life in this physical life that we have if you don't connect back to God. Even if you are successful and you don't know God, you don't have a good success. How do you fathom having everything and yet you don't have peace of mind? How do you realize that people have so much and yet they are not satisfied? How do you realize that somebody have much and they are still going for more? They desire for something after they have that thing, they still don't have fulfillment. They still don't have happiness. Why? Because it is not a good success. The blessings of God come with peace of mind. Hey, please, I just want to encourage somebody. Change your perspective towards prayer. Change your lifestyle. Dedicate your time to God. Like what you do in fasting, okay? Make it a daily activity, like a constant lifestyle. When you do that, in fact, you won't even be asking for much. I wonder if our true men of God really ask for things before it manifests. And you hear their testimony, and when they share their testimony, sometimes it feels provoking. Because we wonder, but how come now? Am I not also a child of God? You are, but you are not in constant relationship with God, just like they are. They dedicate all their life, every minute of their life to God. They are thinking about God and they are hearing from God. How can you consecrate the whole of your heart to God and not hear from Him? You will hear from Him. So even before you ask, God says, I know the thought of your heart. Hi, hey. Make we know they waste our time. Really, we need to do things rightly. Like basically, if you write an exam and you fail it, what do? You go back to reading the manual, right? You study it well and you know the right things so that you can pass. Go back to the Word of God. There's too much wisdom in that place. Forsake everything right now. Just go back to the Word. Just start.